All right, guys, welcome to the NC Fit Club team call. I'm very excited to have Mrs. Karmatz on the call, and I just feel so weird saying your last name. Do you ever get teased about that? I just got to ask. Like Karmatz.
Well, I just got married. We just got married in February.
Right.
So a lot of people say camrats. Camrats.
Right. Well, at least it's not midget. I mean, I've been living my whole life with midgets, so it could be worse, right? And I'm 6 foot tall, so I'm the tallest midget you'll ever meet.
Oh man.
There's
Oh man.
my dad's 6'5", so you met him. But anyway, so she is an combined 8-star coach. Is that right? Okay, and an elite coach. And so she and I, unfortunately, have not gotten to know each other at the elite events like I would like to. But one of our coaches lives in Austin, Texas, and saw you at the Super Saturday. And his name's Bart. He's on the call. And he was like, dude, he's like, this girl is so good. He was like, man, I loved listening to her speak. She's got such a great story. And I was like, that's all I needed to hear. And I knew of you. I just we never really talked. So I really appreciate you taking the time to get on the call. And, so I'm going to turn it over to you because they don't need to hear from me. You're the guest speaker, and I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to let you take over.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you so much, you guys. I am completely honored to be speaking to you guys this evening. And yes, I know Bart and his wife very, very well. They were actually at my wedding in February. I absolutely love them. So anyway, I want to get right to it. I don't want to waste a bunch of your time. I'm one of those people that I like to get in, give the information so you can get some notes taken down and then start applying it. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now, I'm going to be sharing why your story is the most underutilized tool that you have for your business, okay? And this is because your story is what is going to attract people to you and to your business on a daily basis. And that's regardless if you think people are watching you or not. I don't know if you're one of those people that you'll scroll through social media, or you will, if you're on Instagram and you're on Facebook and you see something you like, but you don't click like, or you don't comment on it, but you're still watching it. You've got people doing that on your page every single day. So right now, I'm going to tell you, your story and what you're sharing and your journey is the most underutilized tool you have. Your journey with Beachbody and your story before Beachbody is what's going to draw and attract people to your business. Who's tired of finding people? Like, if you could raise your hand, like, who's tired of having to find people? Exactly. Like, it's amazing when people start coming to you because you're attracting them. And you're not just attracting randoms. You're attracting people that you want on your team. You're attracting customers that want to be a part of your challenge groups, and they participate. And then those challengers go from being in your challenge group to being in your new coach training group to being a rock star coach. It's because you attracted them with your story and the person that you're representing on your social media. You are not Beachbody. You're not a walking billboard for Beachbody. Like, you can have the best body, the best transformation story, but you yourself are the face of your business. You are the CEO. You are the one in charge. There's like 300,000 Beachbody coaches. We're all selling the same thing. So what is going to set you apart? Why should people work with you? What is going to attract people to you? It's your story. It's your journey. It's how you're representing yourself. It's what people are seeing on a daily basis, whether you know it or not. Yes, I'm going to be kind of like going around social media. That's just how I've grown my business. I signed up about 5 years ago, and I'm about to tell you my story in just a minute. But, I have 4,000 people in my downline, and I probably know maybe 20 of them personally. I've grown my business through social media only. And and if you notice, like, everything that I just said, I was talking about you. You are the face. You are the CEO. Why should people work with you? What's going to attract people to you? It's a theme. And it's because it all starts with you. Everything starts with you. You have to believe. You have to believe in Beachbody. You have to believe in yourself. I didn't realize the power of storytelling and sharing this ever-evolving story and journeys with others until I was about 2 years into this business. I don't know if anyone remembers or if you were a coach back in 2012, but I was the 2012 spring success story for Soup Saturday. That was my first time sharing the story, and I had been a coach for 2 years. That was my very first time putting it out there. And it's because I told Arnold Nakaha about it, and he was like, hello, people need to know about this. I spent 2 years hiding myself behind a computer screen and not sharing. And ever since I started sharing, my business started blowing up. Before I was a coach, you guys, I'm going to share a little bit of my story. That way you can connect with me right now. That way we can get a feel for one another. I think this is so important to have a relationship. Okay, before I was a Beachbody coach, I was a hermit. I was depressed. I dabbled in drugs and alcohol. When I signed up, actually, I didn't even know that P90X and Beachbody and anything existed. I was one of those weirdos that didn't know, like didn't know what it was. I was in a failing marriage. I was in debt up to my eyeballs. I was in $30,000 in credit card debt. I had medical bills because I had a 2-month-old at home and a 2-year-old at home, and I didn't have health insurance. So I'm paying out of pocket for a birth that I'm like, where am I going to get 20 grand from? I was not in a good place emotionally. I weighed about 180 pounds. If there was a diet pill, a shoe, a wrap, whatever was out there, I was going to do it. I was that mom that would go to the grocery store and I wasn't sure if my debit card was going to be declined. Don't tell anybody this, but I think I wrote 1 million hot checks, like praying to God that I would get paid before the check actually came out. I don't know if you've been there before, but you're praying that on Friday, your direct deposit's going to go in before your electric bill's about to come out. Like, I didn't know if I was going to put gas in my car or buy diapers. And my life felt like it was crumbling. I didn't know what to do. And I finally was up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, probably eating Cheetos. I don't know. I ran across Turbo Jam. And I got inspired watching the Turbo Jam infomercial, and I immediately ordered it. And I ordered it on the payment plan with a credit card because I didn't have any other way of getting it. And I started the program, and within the first 2 months, I had lost 20 or 25 pounds. And I was excited. I was on my social media talking about it before I even knew coaching existed. Before I knew this whole phenomenal life-changing opportunity existed, I was already using my social media. And eventually ran across my upline coach, Janelle Summers, through Twitter. And I was struck. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's in the videos. And she starts talking to me about becoming a coach. And I had my reservations. I had a ton of questions. I'm wondering, how the heck am I going to coach anyone? I'm not in a good place. Yes, I've lost 25 pounds. I'm still depressed. I'm in debt. I don't have a degree. I don't have a fitness background. I don't have a nutrition background. I did not feel like I was in the mindset or in the position to be coaching anyone. After asking 1 million questions, after getting over my fear of failure, I decided to sign up to become a Beachbody coach. And that was February 11th, 2010. And guess what? I did nothing from February 11th, 2010 until the very first weekend of August. And Todd, I'm sure you remember this. Do you remember the SOS tour? I don't know if you do or not, but do you remember that? Okay. So that's with like Craig Holiday and all of those dudes. Okay. So that was my first event, you guys. And Carl Deichler was there, and I didn't know who he was. And he gets up on stage and he starts talking, and I'm like, who's that short guy up there? And then they just start telling me, oh, that's the CEO. And I'm like, oh, I'm just here to see Shanti. And then my life-changing went. So I spent, almost 8 months not doing anything with my business. Nothing. And I suddenly start seeing these top coaches up. And they start sharing their story. And I was bawling. I sat in the very front row, because I had the guts to do that. I sat in the very front row at that Dallas event, and I just bawled my eyes out from these stories of these moms and these dads. They were quitting their jobs. They were paying off debt. They were going on vacations. They were taking their wives on honeymoons that they weren't able to do 10 years prior. You know, they were living life freely, and they didn't have to clock in with a boss. And I'm sitting over here working 50 hours a week, and now I have almost a 1-year-old and almost a 3-year-old at home, and I'm still not doing anything. I'm a coach. I've been a coach for almost 8 months, and I was sitting on my butt not doing a thing. And the light bulb turned, and it's because I heard the story and the journey of these amazing coaches, and I thought, I'm going to do that. I am going to put aside my fears. I'm going to put aside my excuses, and I'm just going to do it. And within a month after leaving that event, I became a diamond coach. Like, I was just on fire. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk to everybody. And I kept going, and I didn't stop. I kept talking to people, but I still was missing a part. And it was, I wasn't being honest and vulnerable and sharing my story. So I hope you have a pen and paper ready, or you've got your computer ready, because I'm about to go over 6 tips with you over things that you can do right now. I'm talking like, once we get off this, you can start putting it in action, okay? I'm one of those call to action people. I my team's used to it. So here are my tips for growing your business like through the roof exponentially, just by utilizing your story and your journey to attract other people. Because you can't just jump on Facebook and start talking about challenge packs, what you ate, take a pretty picture with your Shakeology and be like, look what I'm doing. I used to do that. Oh, I'm drinking my Shakeology. I'm so healthy. You know, it takes sharing yourself in the right light. It takes making yourself relatable. It takes just being vulnerable and putting yourself out there in a way that makes people say, when they land on your Facebook page or on your social media or whatever every single day, they're like, I like you. If you want to start attracting like-minded, goal-driven go-getters like yourself, you've got to start sharing your story and sharing your journey, so that those go-getters and those like-minded people, they start flocking to you. Because we all want coaches on our team that are going to crush it. We all want coaches who latch on to what we're being taught and then they apply it. But it starts with you first. Number 1, you guys, is a given, and it's going to be the 3 vital behaviors. And personal development, being a product of the product, inviting and sharing. And Beachbody hit the nail on the head when they put these 3 together. And we sound like broken records. We sound like we talk about this all day long, every single day. If you can honestly raise your hand and say, I do this every single day, you're amazing, and I'd give you a virtual fist bump. You know, but it's the consistency, and it's waking up, even if you only have 15 minutes a day, even if you only have 30 minutes a day, it's doing all of those 3 vital behaviors if you can. You know, there's times in my day where I'm just like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to sit down and do my personal development. And I realize, okay, I'm folding laundry today. I can listen to it while I'm doing that. I'm cooking dinner. You need to wake up and be willing to consistently do those 3 vital behaviors every single day. People need to look at you and be like, she or he, sorry, I say she a lot because my team's like 99% women, but she or he's got it going on. He's got his life together. You know, we're not perfect. We don't pretend to be perfect, but you want people to look at you and be inspired and motivated. And it starts with those 3 vital behaviors. Number 2, we've got to define yourself with your story. We've got to make you relatable to others, okay? So these are questions that you can write down that help you start defining who you are right now and where you're going. So who are you before Beachbody? Who are you now? Where are you going? Why did you sign up to become a Beachbody coach? Like, dig deep, like, get soul, like, heart. Okay. What struggles have you faced and how did you overcome them? What are your hobbies? What are your short-term and long-term goals? And Todd, I can send you all of this if you want me to. This is what's going to start defining that story. This is where we're going to start building. This is the base. This is the foundation. And you got to dig deep. You got to get vulnerable and get real with yourself when you start defining yourself. Because regardless of your physical transformation, think of your other transformations. Think of how you felt that day when you signed up to become a Beachbody coach. What emotions, what was going through your mind? Before you were a Beachbody coach, what struggles did you overcome that gave you the confidence to become a Beachbody coach? We all have a story to share. And we all have a story that's going to motivate someone. You might think there's no one in the world that's going to listen to me. There is, because even as a brand new coach, you have something to share. You have a reason why you decided to join this opportunity. Your story matters. Every story matters. You are a coach to someone. And I'm telling you, you might not have any customers on paper, but someone's watching you and getting inspired and motivated, regardless if they're clicking like, regardless if you're getting a comment. People are window watchers. I'm one of those people that I'll go shopping and I'm going to wait for it to go on 60% clearance. That store doesn't know that I'm watching, but I'm there. I'm watching. I'm waiting for the opportunity. Same thing. You need to get yourself out of your comfort bubble. We like to live there. We like to live in our comfort bubbles. And you need to start sharing your story authentically. When you first start sharing, though, you guys, when you're first talking to people, when you're first putting it out there, if you haven't gone that route yet, be gradual, be short, sweet, and to the point. You don't need to have like these lengthy posts. You don't need to be sharing every detail up front, because I always think there's a time and place for everything. And it's sharing when the time is appropriate. Okay. So if you haven't shared your story, if you haven't gotten vulnerable yet, then you need to give short little bits and pieces. Why you signed up, even sharing like struggles that you overcome, and you're thankful for Beachbody. You're thankful for whatever program you're doing. You're thankful and leading a health lifestyle because of X, Y, and Z. Once you start having a bigger following, you can share more and more pieces, but make sure you're sharing and you're not airing out dirty laundry, okay? So whenever I went through my divorce, I never shared the dirty laundry. I didn't blame. I didn't point fingers. I never put a negative aspect on it. People might have been reading my story or listening to me, and they're like, oh, thinking, oh, you poor little thing. I didn't want people to think that. When people listen to my story, when people hear me speak, and when they read, I want them to have a positive spin on it. You need to make sure you're ensuring a positive message and you're giving a positive and motivating message at the end. Leave the negatives for the birds. Like, leave the negative like out of the picture. Don't point fingers. Don't make people feel sorry for you. You want to go about it that way. You want to go about it as your story empowers. It makes people feel alive. It makes people feel like they're possible and they're capable. Number 3, believe. Okay, I said this earlier. I'm saying it again because this whole journey starts with you, right? Okay, so believe. You've got to believe in your capabilities, and you got to believe in Beachbody. You have to believe in the mission. You've got to believe in the integrity. Beachbody is phenomenal, changing thousands and thousands among hundreds of thousands of lives. And if you don't believe, just like if you're not a product of the product, it's like looking through a two-way mirror. People are going to see right through you. They're not going to believe you. They're not going to believe a word that you're saying. You have to honestly believe in your mission, and you have to believe in what Beachbody is all about. I mean, there's no way in the world. My belief in Beachbody is like unwavering. Like no one could turn me against Beachbody. Literally, no one. And people have tried. Believe me. I mean, the more successful you get, the more haters you got. So, I mean, my belief is unwavering. My belief in myself and my capabilities are unwavering. The belief I have in my team, unwavering. You have to have a strong belief in your soul, in your team, in Beachbody. Number 4, share through social media. And I told Todd I was going to touch on this. You guys might not be a huge social media grower or whatnot, but this is my expertise. This is how I've grown my business. I really want to share with you what has worked for me and my team and thousands of other Beachbody coaches. I could do a whole social media training, but I'm not. I'm just going to share with you kind of how you brand yourself through your story. Okay, so when you're using Facebook or Instagram or any social media platform, you need to make sure you're sharing the best parts of your life, okay? Of course, we're real. We're real people. We've got bad days. We've got downfalls. We got struggles. We got setbacks. We've got those things going on. But remember that if you're going to share those things, your social media it's your face. Just like I said, your social media is your face. If people can't see you face to face on a daily basis, like they couldn't see me, my social media represents who I am every single day. So if I'm sharing my frustrations, whether it's parenthood or being lazy or whatever it is, if I'm going to share my struggles, if I'm going to share my frustrations and my setbacks, I've got to turn it around with a positive learning experience. Okay? I've got to represent myself, and I have to present my story and my journey very, very well, because I'm assuming that every single day I've got new eyes on my social media. I'm assuming every single day that regardless if people are commenting and I can see them, I'm assuming they see me. Okay? I need them to see me in my best light possible. So if people were to land on your social media right now, what would they assume? Would they even know that you're a Beachbody coach? Would they even know that you're into fitness and health? Would they see positive vibes in a happy place? Like, would they see a face that they can connect to? And this is kind of going into social media chain, but when people land on your page, they need to be able to see a picture of you. They need to know exactly who you are, and they need to be able to see your eyes. They need to be able to see your smile. Your pictures need to be bright. They need to be of you. Like, you need to like get in front of that camera. You know what I mean? Like, can they get a pretty clear picture of who you are just by landing on your page? Within the first 5 minutes, can they get an understanding of what you're about and your beliefs and your morals and how you're living your life? Your social media should show you. Just like I said, get in front of that camera and have fun with the selfies. People want to see you. And this is like a trial and error that I've done over the past couple of years. I get more traction on my page and I get more likes and more comments on my page when I share my own photos. When I'm sharing photos of my kids, of my husband, my before and after, my meals, myself working out, myself doing workout videos, than I would of sharing pictures and videos of complete strangers. So my suggestion to you as part of building your brand, building your story, building your journey where people can see you and are attracted to you is putting yourself out there, putting yourself in front of that camera, okay? I just got lost in my notes. So I've got my notes over here and I'm looking at them. I kind of got on a little spiel there. Okay, so Here we go. Okay. I've been saying this, we're attracting on social media at all times. So whether you know it or not, people are watching you. You don't want to be posting about, and this might like hurt some people's feelings, but I'm just going to keep it blunt and honest because my social media is for my business. But you don't want to be posting about politics, gossip, drama, airing dirty laundry, like doing all of that stuff. Like, people are going to view your post and your pictures as part of your journey. They're going to view that, and they're going to ultimately they're going to be judging you. And it's sad, but that's just how it works. They're judging you. If they don't know you personally, they're going to judge what kind of person you are based on what you're posting. So based on that, you're going to attract the types of people that you're representing online. So what is your story telling people when you're online, when you're on your social media? What are you representing? And this is going to lead me to number. Oh, sorry, I heard myself. Which leads me to number 5.
Can I do a share screen of your page while you're talking?
Absolutely. Right. You can scroll all through it. So this is going to be what leads me to. I lost my notes because we did screen share. Let me pull this up really fast. This is going to lead me to tip number 5, and that is like attracts like. Okay? Like attracts like. Be the coach you want on your team. Okay? You've got to represent yourself in a way that you would be proud to have on your team. You know, you gotta show up when others are snoozing. You know, that's my like page. I also have my other page that I run as well. So you can see everything that I do. There it is, right there. So you can see everything, and how I represent myself is my brand. It's who I am. You know, last night I'm looking at my pictures, I'm going totally off my notes, but last night I went to a concert. You know, I like music. I love music. My husband's in the music industry. So, of course, music is a big part of our lives. And I attract people and coaches who are also a part of that industry. You know, I'm not going to post every detail about it, but I post what makes me, me. So look at yourself and start being a go-getter, okay? Like attracts like. Look at yourself. Look at what you're posting. What are you attracting based on what you're posting? Who's looking at your page? Who is judging you right now? And it's so sad to say that, but we do. Keeping it honest, we live in a world where people judge, okay? See, I don't look like that right now. I shouldn't have that picture up. That's some filters going on right there. But anyway, you look at my page, you get a clear representation of who I am. You see pictures of my husband, you see pictures of my team, you see pictures of my kid, you see pictures of things that I like to do, okay? Like attracts like. You see me posting positive vibes about working out. You see me keeping it real. Like, I'm 4 months pregnant right now. I'll put the belly picture out there and I'll be working out and talking about not wanting to, and I want to go eat my French fries, but I don't. I get up and I ask for motivation. I ask for inspiration from my followers. So be the person that you want to attract. Represent yourself as the person that you want to attract. Okay? Chalene Johnson has said this. She's one of my biggest mentors. I don't know, the turbo thing. I don't know what it is. But she has always said, fake it till you make it. And it's not pretending to be someone not. It's, if you want to be a 6-figure earner, you got to start acting like a 6-figure earner. If you want to be a millionaire, you act like a millionaire. You do what those people are doing every single day on a daily basis. And I don't want to go too far into it because we're going to talk about that in just one second. It's part of your homework. Okay, so number 6, and this is your very last tip. Add value to yourself. I got my computer back up. Add value to yourself and to others. Your story is what people are going to grasp onto, okay? Your post and how you represent yourself on your social media is what people are just going to hold on to, and then they're going to make that executive decision on if they want to work with you or not. So add value to what you have to offer. Add value to the people you are working with. You guys, we've got this amazing, and I've got goosebumps like talking about this right now because Beachbody just changed my life so drastically. I mean, I was that girl making $9 an hour. That's less than $20,000 a year. And I have a multi-six-figure income now. And I took my kids out of low-income daycare. I got out of Section 8 housing. I'm no longer depending on my family to help pay for my bills. You know, like when I got out of my very unhealthy marriage, I left, didn't take a thing, and I reestablished myself without a single credit card, without doing anything that I told myself I would never do again. And yes, it sounds so cliche, it's because of Beachbody, but yes, without this opportunity, without buying Turbo Jam, without talking about it on my social media, without coming across the most amazing people like your coach right here, without coming across these people, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So when you're talking to these potential customers and potential coaches, you need to tell them the value of what they're going to get out of your challenge groups, of what they're going to get out of your new coach training groups. Connect, engage, ask questions, share your story, and let them see that vulnerable side of you. That way you can build trust, and they're gonna trust you, and they're going to share their vulnerable side. They're going to turn around and they're going to give you that same respect, and they're basically going to do whatever you tell them to do because you have built a solid foundation, because you shared your story authentically. You are being unapologetically you, and you're sharing. Like I'm so pumped up right now. Like I'm like sweating over here because I'm like I can talk about this all night long, but you got to make yourself relatable to people that you're talking to. You've got to give them a story that they can see eye to eye. Like, you know, like Robert De Niro and Meet the Fockers, like he's going like this right there. Circle of trust. I see you. That's what you got to go. That's what's going on here. Okay. When I say they, I'm talking about potential clients, potential coaches, and your team. Your team they need to feel confident in their decision to be working with you. And it all starts with who you are. It all starts with your journey. It all starts with your story and how you are representing yourself on a daily basis. Okay, I'm going to give you like a call to action homework assignment. I love to end my team calls with a little to do, and that's just because it's not enough to just listen to a team call. Like you can listen to like anything all day long, but you got to listen, absorb, apply. Plus pay it forward to your team. So if some of your team's not on here, perfect. Send them the recording, and I've got the notes here. So if I need to send notes, I'll send notes. But don't hang out on the sidelines, you guys. Nothing cool happens on the bench, right? You'll become the water boy. You don't want that to happen. You got to get up, play the game, run the bases, execute the information. Okay? I'm a sports girl. I'm just going to say it. Okay, so here we go. 4 things. Got 4 things for you. 4 homeworks, okay? And they're feel-good homeworks. Number 1, write out the 5 best features of yourself. What 5 things do you think, I totally kick butt? Like, I love myself because of this. Like, give yourself a confident boost. Like, we could all use that feel-good. And there's no better compliment coming from yourself, okay? Like, I don't know if you've ever heard this. I said this last night on my Periscope. Self-love, self-worth, self-value, all of those self things. There's a reason they begin with self, and it's because you can't get it from anyone else, okay? Self. What do you love about yourself, okay? That's the first thing. Number 2, start putting together a deep, vulnerable story and goals. Ladies, I love Pinterest. So create a dream board. Dudes, you can do the same thing if you want to. Write it out, like whatever it is. Write out a dream board. Write out your vision. Like, what kind of coach do you want to be? Like, write out where you came from and where you're going, because people want to know that. People want to know how you got from point A to point B. And we all know that success doesn't go from point A to point B. We know that there's like letters in there that aren't in the alphabet that are between point A and point B, right? Because you're like this. So you want to write out your vision, who you are, where you came from, where you're going, and these awesome mega goals that you've got going on, okay? Number 3, invest in your growth, and that's also known as personal development. You guys, personal development, I would not have the confidence to be speaking to you today. If someone would have told me 5 years ago that I would be speaking on webinars and phone calls, and I would have done the Super Saturday success story, and I would have, I'd be walking across the stage at Summit and all of these things, if people would have told me I would be doing that, I would have laughed in their face. I would have thought they were crazy. I could never do that. I'm an introvert. I don't have the guts to do anything like that. I have way too many fears. I'm scared. What are people going to think of me? Am I going to lose my friends? What if my family doesn't approve of what I'm doing? Guess what? Like, none of my family approved of me being a Beachbody coach. And even after I was making a 6-figure income, I was still told by certain family members that I should still be working a full-time job because it's extra income. And I'm like, you are crazy. Like, I am not working for another boss again. But yeah, so personal development helps you get over your fear. It fills your cup when you're feeling down. You guys, it doesn't matter if you've been a coach for 5 days or 7 years, you're still going to have those moments of insecurity. You still face the same struggles as a new coach. I still have those months where I'm like, I got to hustle to get best club points. Like I still hear no every single day. So, or I have read at 8:15 messages, those nights where you're like, I'm following up and I know you read my message, but you're not responding to me. So you feel kind of down. Yeah, I'll go chug a Shakeology and go read personal development because, like, it fills my cup. It gets me going. Invest in your personal development. It is so important. You've got it free on demand in your back office. Get back there and listen to it. Go listen to podcasts, okay? And then number 4 is look at the leaders of the company, okay? Just like I said, if you want to be a 6-figure plus earner, you got to act like it. So go scope out the top 10 and top 25 coaches. Go see how they're representing themselves on their social media. Just go look. Just go see. Sneak a peek. Like, don't spend all day. Like, spend like 15, 30 minutes checking them out. Get some ideas. Don't copy, because guess what? There's no one that can do you better than you. Don't copy. But get inspired by who they are. Get inspired by their direction. Take what you learn from it and make it your own. All right. So that's your 4 homeworks. And I think I'm done. Do I need to go over anything else?
Are you getting feedback on my end now that I'm unmuted? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Is it okay can we see if anybody has a question? Which, by the way, you were amazing.
Thank you. Absolutely. Open it up.
Does anybody have any questions? Just unmute yourself if you got a question for her.
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to say I told you, Todd.
I love you, Bart.
I love you too. Your Facebook page is, everybody's guilty of scrolling, but I love your pictures. Like, I don't know if you've got a light there, or you're super real. It's exactly everything you just said, and it's like I feel better when I see you. And I like your comments and your posts, and it's all very, very educational. So thank you.
And of course. And, let me touch on that. Some people aren't political. Like, if people like Bush, let them like Bush, who cares about that? But you might be the only happy thing that they see on Facebook that day. Like, you don't want someone getting on Facebook and you contributing to that negativity. Like, get on Facebook and be that positive light that one person, that's it. One person just might be like, I'm so glad I logged on tonight because he changed the whole perspective.
Yeah. We have people like not comment or not like, but almost every day we're, in public or church or wherever, people are like, I love your videos. I love your thing you did about goal setting. I love your thing you did about failing. And so it feels good to know that we're actually, helping people quit their jobs and live different lives and put
Absolutely.
our stuff to use, our personal development. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Krystal, I'm really glad you shared the part about being an introvert and the self-confidence, because we had a coach basis call last night, and that's 90% of the problem that we're running into with new coaches. Either not all of them are introverts, but a lot of them have a lot of self-development issues that personal development helps fix, that where they don't have the confidence, or they don't think they're good enough, or they don't think they're going to present it right, or this and that. So I was really glad that not only you told your story, but that you were one of those people so that they can hear it from somebody besides me and understand that personal development is so key to what you were talking about. So I'm really glad you shared that.
Awesome. Good.
Anybody else got any questions?
I have a question. It's Laura.
Go ahead.
I just wondered how, and I realize this is a big topic, so maybe just give a couple of nuggets or something, but I'm really curious how you build a following on Facebook that aren't your friends. Like, everyone who's following me right now, I do know personally. There's like 5 people. I have 5 exceptions. But, I'm just really curious, and I can dig deeper myself on some research, but while you're here, do you have any nuggets?
Yeah. So one of the really cool search features on Facebook, I don't know if you've ever used that search bar at the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than just for typing in names. You can actually type friends of friends. Like, I do friends of friends who live in Austin.
Okay.
And I just start adding friends of friends. And I immediately, anytime I add someone that I don't personally know, but I have a friend in common, I immediately will send them a message and I'll be like, hey, I know this is totally random. I'm a girl, so I can say that. I know this is totally random. But I saw that we had so-and-so as a friend in common. I'm not sure if we've ran into each other or not before. I just love connecting with new people. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon, or something like that. Short, sweet, to the point. Some people are going to think you're creepers and not respond. I don't care. Some people are going to respond to you and be like, oh yeah, I know them from college, or I know them from wherever, I work with them. And then based on that mutual friend, you can start a conversation. I now personally use Instagram as my main source of adding new friends, but I turn my followers on Instagram into my friends on Facebook. And I could do a whole social media training on that as well, but I don't want to get into that because I know it's already 8:45 or 9:45 for some of you. But yeah, so my biggest thing, and is your Facebook public. Make sure your Facebook's public. You need to keep it open. Post share-worthy content. So anytime you are posting something where you're asking that is engaging, like asking a question or whatever it might be, something that gains popularity on Facebook, go get 2 pairs of Nike sneakers that you're considering buying and just ask them, hey, which one should I buy, A or B? And your picture is going to get a ton of comments. And because of that, the people that are commenting, their friends will end up seeing your post as well, as long as they're public. So it's just, you know, you want to post share-worthy content because that's going to bring the friend request and the followers. You know, it's just more people that have eyes on your page. That's another reason why you want to have your page looking great. It's like when you have people coming to your house, you want to have a clean house. You want your Facebook to look good. That way when they land there, they're like, oh, I want to add her as a friend. Oh, I want to follow her. Oh, yeah. It looks like we have something in common.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody else got a question? Going once, twice. I won't do the whole dealer thing. I know you hate that. So, Krystal, thank you so much for your time, and I really, really appreciate it. And yes, Bart, you were right. She is awesome. And I really, really do thank you for your time. And let me know if I can return the favor. And I look forward to seeing you in October at Leadership. Yeah, maybe. I may have a scheduling conflict, but I'm hoping to be there. So anyway, so thank you so much. And I thank you guys for tuning in. And for those of you who listen to the recording, go do your homework, and we will see you guys later on, and see you later.